Welcome back to Peakton Middle School. My name is Kyle.
My name is Narwhal.
Do you always say Narwhal?
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Wait, do you actually always say Narwhal?
We're like 42 episodes in. I've never said my name's John. Ever. I say, hey, what's up, guys? My name is... Or, wait, what do I say? Hey, welcome back to Peakton Middle School. My name's Narwhal.
Oh. Huh. I guess I never really noticed it.
It's kind of weird because, like, in, like, the descriptions and, like... I guess in the titles and stuff, I would say Narwhal, and like in all the descriptions of each episode, I refer to myself as Narwhal. But like throughout the episode, I only say it once. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like in the descriptions, sometimes I say Kyle, but sometimes I'll say Chug. But like,
yeah, I don't know.
it's weird. But anyways,
You're looking at a couple marathoners.
Yeah, we're basically pro runners.
I mean. Yeah.
we ran the Seattle Rock and Roll Marathon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we traveled the marathon. On foot.
We moved 26.2 miles.
There was walking involved, but we did it.
There was almost crawling involved.
There was a lot of stopping and stretching, but
so we're just gonna kind of break down our whole experience because it was a crazy day.
It was
one of the crazier days of my life, probably. And
yeah, especially for you.
And we've been hyping it up for like a long time, literally, because right when we started this podcast is when we kind of made the decision that we were gonna do this.
Yeah, it was when we were on the road trip driving back.
Yeah,
you were like, you had already signed up or something, and then I was just like driving. I was like, yeah, it'd be cool if I ran a marathon too. So then I signed up.
Yeah. And see, what's cool about, like, at least for me, signing up for things that are, like, way in the future is, like, if you don't just sign up for it, there's a good chance you won't do it.
Exactly.
But if you sign up, it's, like, there's no going back. Because, like, you either already paid for it, so you're like, oh, right. I should do it. Or, like, it's written down.
That's why I did it. I was like, I'm not going to start training. Or, I might train and just be like, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm just going to sign up, so I'm going to do it no matter what.
Yeah. Well, speaking of training... our intentions were to be pretty good about training.
Yeah, and I fell off.
Yeah, so there's a video going up on my personal channel, the Narwhal, literally today when we're recording this. So when you guys see this episode of the podcast, the video's already up. It's like a 20-minute documentary of the whole journey of the marathon. It's a really cool, really funny video. But we kind of talked about in there how like we were gonna follow a training regimen, and then. And then we did the 30 Days of Hell video and stuff, and I hurt my ankle.
4 for 48 thing, yeah.
Yeah, and so after that, after the 4 for 48, we all didn't want to run.
I didn't run for probably like 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, and then I got hurt. I didn't run for 3 months. So yeah, but anyways, how was your experience, Kyle, with this marathon?
It was good. I mean, like
break down the day for me. What was like?
Woke up at 4:45.
Nice.
Because the race, we had to be there at 6:30. We were meeting someone at 6 in Seattle to they were saving a spot for us.
Yeah.
So I woke up early. John was supposed to come with us.
Yeah. So Kyle woke up at 4:45. I woke up at like 4:10 because I was gonna.
What time did you go to bed?
I tried to go to bed at like 9, but
yeah,
it's my body's so not used to it.
It's also light outside.
Yeah. In Washington, what I love about Washington, but what's also kind of weird is like in the summertime, it's literally light out till almost like 9:30 at night sometimes. So I tried to go to bed, but I kind of just laid there till like 10:30, fell asleep. Got up at 4:10, got ready, ate a good breakfast. I was feeling good, super happy. I drank like this aminos thing, so I got some like adrenaline flowing.
Oh, okay.
And then I got on the highway to go to Kyle's house, and I'm literally like 5 minutes from his house, and the whole I turn onto like this on ramp onto like a new highway, and the whole highway shut down. And I couldn't see it because it was like I was making a turn, and it was too late to go back.
You said like someone got in a crash or something?
Yeah, there was a really really bad car crash, and so basically I just sat there. There was hundreds of cars piled up, just not moving for literally like 50 minutes.
Ugh.
And I was like 10 cars away from like the front, so I could see.
So if you'd left like 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah, I would have probably been fine. But yeah, so there was like 20 cop cars blocking everybody. And what's funny is like people were getting out of their cars after a while just to like look and just, I don't know, people,
Yeah.
when the roads are shut down. and I saw like 7 different people with their bibs on for the marathon,
Yeah.
like stressing out and stuff.
Ugh.
And so we didn't know if we were going to get there, but I ended up getting there right before the race started. I met Kyle and his mom there. But the thing is that since I got there late, literally like 5 minutes after I got there, we started running.
Yeah.
And so I didn't stretch at all.
I didn't really stretch much either. I was like, because we were walking around, we almost didn't get to the starting line too. Like we got there 5 minutes before you because like we got stuck in a sea of people like that got like blocked off somehow, and we were trying to get to the start and we couldn't get there.
Oh.
So we're like, we had to like run around, and then we got in there, and then I was like, oh my God, where's John? Where's John? And then you showed up.
Yeah.
And then we were gonna like think about moving up waves because we were started with like all the half marathon people, so we finished way later than everyone else.
So for people who don't really know like how it works, basically with these big races, like there was 25,000 participants, so like they have to organize it somehow. So basically, when you sign up, you say like how fast you think you're gonna run it, and the fastest people start in like wave 1.
Well, and like the marathoners too are like farther up
because they have to like run for more hours or whatever, so they're gonna start sooner. But there's like 25 or right like 20 something waves.
We were gonna be in 5.
Yeah, but then we ended up starting with wave 13.
It was like 17.
Oh, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you said something like someone ran into you or something.
Oh, well, there was one point where like I wasn't, the guy wasn't running behind me. He was like walking really close behind me, and I didn't know. And like I had stopped because like my hamstrings got super tight. And you just like spit something.
What did I spit?
It's on your lip. There you go. You got it. Oh, it's on your finger now, on the back of your foot. And you ate it. Okay.
I don't know. Sorry.
Like I had just stopped running, and there was a guy behind me. Because like I immediately started cramping in my hamstring, so I was like I need to stretch. So I bend over, and this guy runs into me and almost fell over.
So he like ran into your ass.
Kinda, yeah. He kind of like kind of thrusted me.
Was he mad at you?
He didn't say anything. I said sorry. Like it's kind of my fault, kind of his fault. Like why'd you run right behind me? But also like probably shouldn't.
You should have moved out.
But there was no one else near me. It was like just no one else.
He was just
and this guy was just
that
right
ass.
on my ass. Yeah. He might have been like using me as like a drifting or whatever,
or
drafting or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Drifting.
That's a good
Not
strategy.
drifting.
Drifting. No, it's a good strategy.
Yeah.
They take it from NASCAR, and
Yeah.
that probably works. You know, like I bet that's a real thing in running.
Well, no, it is.
Like competitive running.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know how much of a difference it
Also,
makes.
with cars, with like NASCAR and stuff, do you think like that actually makes a difference?
Yeah, because I know
Because,
there's like
they
air
have-
pockets that come off of their cars, and I know you can like get into one of those and get like a boost, kind of.
But like, if your car has like a bazillion horsepower and you're going like 200 miles an hour in your car,
You're asking the wrong person.
like, I feel like a little bit of air isn't gonna like really make a difference.
I think
But maybe it. I don't know.
when you're going that fast, it does make a difference.
Okay.
I don't know. Dude,
Um,
you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah. So basically, we both started this race without stretching basically at all. I did like the classic like quad stretch where you just grab your ankle and stuff. But like I kind of knew from the get go like this was a bad start to the day because like I never really run when I'm tight. And I literally had just showed up there. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and we just like started.
But you kind of ran to get there, right? So you kind of warmed up.
Sort of, I guess.
And I had run too a little bit, so.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on like the actual race? How'd you feel?
So like we ran together the first like 8.5 miles. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop for a little. Like I was feeling good. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop and eat some of my like energy chew things, which are disgusting. I hate them so much. But
they're literally just like very concentrated, just like sugar.
Yeah.
It's just like they're basically just gross gummy or like fruit snacks.
Yeah, they're gross, and they're really like thick too. So
Yeah.
it takes a long time. So like I can't pull it out of my backpack because I had like a water backpack thing, and I can't like pull that out, take it out of the bag, and they all melted in the bag because it was really hot out. It was gross. It was just a sticky mess. I can't like pull them out, chew them while I'm running because I have to chew like 7 or like 5 of them.
Can't chew while you're running?
It's a lot. I didn't want to just like. I wanted to just like stop to do it. It would just seem like too much to just have to reach back and be running while doing this. And,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I stopped to walk for a little bit, and then once I started walking, that was a mistake because I just didn't want to run again.
Yeah, I kind of like knew going in like my kind of goal before I started mentally was like do at least half of it without stopping because I feel like once you stop, it's just like that's when you realize like wow, I'm actually tired or whatever.
That's how
So Kyle took a little break, and I was like, I just didn't really want to stop, so I kept going. But then, and this was at mile like 8 or 9 or something, and then somewhere between like 10 and 13, maybe like mile 11, there was a hill.
Oh my god!
It was one hill that was 1 mile long.
Yeah,
like literally
super steep too.
It was like it was like a probably like 50-degree angle or something.
Yeah,
like,
it was like whoever like decided this was like, oh fuck these guys, like we're gonna make them run up this hill.
Yeah, and people were saying that this year was the hardest.
Yeah, there was a lot of hills
route.
Especially for the marathoners. Like the half marathon, they just had that hill, but like the marathoners, we had like 2 other hills that we had to go up and down twice.
And so this one hill, like it was such a grind, but I forced myself, because I knew that if I stopped on that hill like and started walking, I was not gonna convince myself to keep running until I was at the top. So I just like forced myself to get through it, and then you had to go back downhill. Bro, running downhill is so scary.
I know, and there was like turns too.
Yeah,
and like there's some people that took it really slow, and then there's some people like me who were I was bombing that hill.
Yeah, and I was like weaving in and out of like people,
same.
and dude, I almost just truck sticked this little girl.
Yeah,
like there was like a 12-year-old girl, and she didn't know I was like zooming down past her, and she moved to the left. I literally had to like sidestep this girl to not plow over her.
Yeah, I had people in front of me that like were treating it like a ski slope, and they were like zigzagging down.
Like, come on, dude.
Like just like have a little like stronger legs. Like just break down a little bit. I don't know. But I would say that I think I was more prepared for a half marathon. Like I don't think I did enough long runs consistently.
Yeah.
I did long runs, but I took too much time in between them, so I wasn't like as conditioned for the full marathon, because like I felt good halfway through. I was like, I feel like I did try to save some because I knew that I had more to do, but if I went all out, I would have been happy with my halftime. But the second half was like sucked so much. Dude. Hated it.
So I had like a pretty crazy like second half to the race. So like basically I felt really good up until mile 14. So like I got to the half marathon. My sister had just finished her half marathon, so my family was there, like kind of cheering you on, like saying what's up. Like they gave me a banana, some Gatorade. I was feeling good, and I like kept going. And then I had to take a piss, and dude, after I took a piss, like that was the first time I like stopped, and everything hit me at once. Like as I was peeing, my quads were like cramping in the urinal, and I was like, this is bad. And I kind of knew it was inevitable, because I was like, I kind of expected at some point to start cramping since I didn't stretch.
Yeah.
And it was really frustrating, because like with running, it's like running is much more mental than physical. And I truly felt like I could have kept running at the same pace mentally. It's just like my muscles literally didn't let me. And I got to a point where every step I took, both my quads and both my calves were cramping simultaneously.
Oof.
And so I was like very scared and very cautious to not fall over and eat shit, because if I go down, like
you're not gonna get back up.
There's no getting back up.
You might get stepped on.
Yeah.
But what you're saying about like the mental physical thing, you said like for me it was kind of the opposite. Like I feel like mentally I felt like I couldn't run, but physically I could have.
Really? Yeah.
So like that, I don't know. I needed to train mentally better. I don't know, but I just once I walked, I was like, screw this. I can't.
Speaking of, I talked to this girl named Maisie Brewer, who you know, but the people listening probably don't. But there's a video on my personal channel that'll be up next week. But I basically interviewed her, and she's a Division I cross country runner, and I kind of asked her like about that, like the mental side of running, and like these people who run really fast for like these long distances. Like how do they do it, or like why do they do it? And she said she gave like a couple like tips that she uses, and she said one is when she's running, she forces herself to smile. She's like, I look like a maniac, or like I'm a psychotic like crazy person, but she said she literally will force a smile on her face when she's like in pain, and it like makes you like run more.
Well,
because you like trick your brain into thinking that it's fun.
That's like I mean, I guess I couldn't tell if all the people, because there was a ton of people just like the whole way. There was people all over the place like cheering you on with signs for people and like whatever. Yeah. And there's a bunch of things that says like run happy,
Yeah.
And I can't tell if that like made me happier or like just made me
you
upset.
not want to be.
So I was like, fuck this. How am I supposed to run happy? I'm in so much pain right now.
And it's like, you person holding up the sign, you aren't even
it's
running.
like this unathletic guy just like, run happy. It's like, no, you can't even run.
Well, and then there were some signs that pissed me off, but then some I liked. Like one of them was, "Don't start walking now. People are watching." And I was like, it was good. I will say, at the parts that had a lot of fans cheer me on, I was more inclined to like keep going.
That's true. Me too.
I had so much more adrenaline on that run than any other long run I've ever done, solely because of the fact that like people were there.
Yeah.
Like if I had to do that same course when it was like empty, like not a single person. Yeah, I would have got like an hour longer because like there's quite a few things.
There's a bunch of things that
But I'm gonna just finish my cramp story. So I was cramping up really bad, and then at mile like 20 to 21, there was this really, really steep hill in like this neighborhood. And at that point, I was like, everything was cramping and I was so scared. Like every step I took, I was being very cautious. And then all of a sudden I take a step and like my left foot feels kind of weird. And I'm like, I couldn't really tell at first. And then my right foot started feeling kind of weird. I was like, maybe I like stepped funny or something. And then I realized what was happening is my calves were cramping so bad that it was also like causing my foot to cramp because like everything's connected. And it literally contracted all my toes into like a fist.
So you're just running like
I
this?
was running on like my nubs of my feet because all my toes had contracted. And so it was the most weird and painful thing. But like surprisingly, like I thought it'd make me fall over, but I was like, I don't know. It was fine, I guess.
And you were running at that point or you were walking?
I mean, I was like trying to run, but it was more of like a
paddle jog
kind of paddle jog where like you're going really slow. But yeah, it was cool. There were some interesting people that we ran with.
Yeah. So if you followed me on Instagram, you might see my post, but there's this guy that was juggling while running the marathon, and we saw him right when we started.
Did he juggle the entire time?
I don't think. I mean, he would like juggle a little bit and then like run and then juggle a little bit and then run. But like still, like, and he was juggling 4 things.
5.
Oh, 5?
5.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I did see him drop quite a few times, but still.
You did?
I saw him drop it like 3 times.
But I mean, like,
but hey, like,
still.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. Like that sucks for him because he has to stop, grab it, and then go again.
Yeah.
So it's like more impressive.
And he was clearly like an experienced juggler.
Yeah, it was just this old dude.
He literally called himself the Joggler, which is so awesome. Yeah. I love when people at events like this like kind of just do like some wacky thing.
Yeah, and then there was Barefoot Elvis. I never saw him, but you pointed him out.
Kyle and I ran by Barefoot Elvis, and it was this really old guy, like had to have been like at least 68, and he was in an Elvis costume, like all blue, like a blue what's like a blazer? Is that what it's called? Yeah. He was wearing like a blue blazer and then a wig, and he had a sign that said Barefoot Elvis, and then it had a little description of like who Elvis was or whatever. And then you look down and he's not wearing any shoes. And I don't know, like that is just crazy. That'd be so painful. Yeah. But I know there is a community of runners that like
do barefoot.
They just.
I think it might be better for you a little somehow.
I don't think it's like better for you.
I think maybe if your feet are hardened, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I think you can train your feet to like get hardened.
Because like I'm just thinking like we're running on a road. And
like you step on like a pebble.
Yeah, one pebble to the heel.
Yeah.
Like I'm done. Or like the ball
not even
my
the heel,
foot.
the ball.
Oh, dude, the balls of my feet were I think hurting the most of anything when I was running.
Yeah.
Like it hurt so bad, just the balls of my feet.
Did your feet feel like did you feel like something had like broken?
What?
Like did you by the end were you like there might be like a fracture in my foot?
Oh no.
Cuz I felt like I don't know. Like I knew there wasn't, but I was in that much pain.
The next day, my knees.
We'll talk about the pain
There's so
afterwards.
many things to talk about.
Yeah. So there was Barefoot Elvis. There was the Joggler. Who else was there?
There's the guy pushing his son in the wheelchair.
That
Apparently
was
beat me.
Insane. He beat Kyle.
But he might have started earlier
by like
though.
2 minutes. Yeah, but he I'm sure he started earlier. But yeah, honestly, like so. I think Kyle might have mentioned on the podcast, or maybe he mentioned it to me like outside the podcast, but you said something about how like you just hope like when you finish you didn't start crying because like that's a common thing. Like
I almost
runners when they finish like because you exerted like your body so much that like sometimes mentally you just like break down at the end because like there's nothing left. And it was weird because when I saw that guy multiple times throughout the race, but then I saw him around mile 21. I saw him in one of the steepest hills in the whole race where it's literally like probably like, I don't know, like a 70-degree angle up, and
70.
Yeah, like 45.
Yeah, 70. There's no way. That's like 70.
Okay, maybe it was
It was probably
50.
like a 45.
50.
Degree. All right.
70
is like it's like climbing.
Actually, yeah,
it's like steeper than most stairs.
Yeah, that. Never mind. It was like 50 maybe.
All right.
But this dad is pushing his son who's disabled in this wheelchair. It wasn't like it was like a wheelchair designed for like
for running.
For
yeah.
running. It was like not just a regular wheelchair, but it
that
had
would be tough.
Yeah, dude. But it had a sign on it, and it said the kid's name and that he was like 21 years old and that it was his 5th marathon with his dad. And basically, this guy, how old do you think this guy was? Probably like
I don't
in
remember
his 60s.
Yeah, he was like an old dad. I don't know.
Like he had to have been like at least 60 or something. But it was just so inspiring. And like when I saw him going up that hill, he literally, the dad had his head down because he just like, I don't know, just to like get in the zone and like pushing with all his might. Cause that's like at least like 150 extra pounds.
Yeah. That's
on
crazy.
top of like just running a marathon. And I could hear the dad going like, ooh, ooh, like just because it like he was giving everything he had. And like what was crazy is that like apparently his thing is like he just does it all on his own. So like nobody helps him push. Like, and I was talking to my dad afterwards. What I realized is that not only is it really hard to push that kid uphill, but it's almost probably harder going downhill because you have to pull him back or so he doesn't roll away.
Jeez, oh my god.
So like,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and
that would be terrible.
I don't know. I just thought it was so inspiring, and when I saw him, that was when like everything was cramping so bad, and I was like so drained and so like emotional that like I didn't tear up, but I was like my
Did you
eyes
hyperventilate a little bit.
I didn't hyperventilate, but like my eyes were getting like soggy. You know what I mean?
Soggy.
like they were there. I was like, that is so
man.
amazing. But then he crossed the finish line, and the announcer said that it is the dad's 100th marathon.
Damn.
And the 5th one pushing the kid.
That's awesome. I have heard stories of someone. I don't know if it's the same guy, but I saw like on like a E60 of like a dad that pushes his son. I don't know if it's the same one, but
yeah, I heard about that a while ago. That is crazy, dude.
It's pretty cool. I hyperventilated a little bit. I said that weird.
I hyperventilated a little bit.
I hyperventilated a little bit.
Okay. At what point?
When I was just like at the finish line, like when I turned the corner and saw the finish line, I started like I was running and
just out of like excitement or what?
I think just kind of excitement and just like wanting to be done. And like I saw my mom and your sister. They were the first people that I saw. And then when I like saw them from a distance, I started hyperventilating, and I was like, I closed my eyes for a second. I was like, calm down. Plus, the joggler was right in front of me too, and I was like, calm down. You're not gonna lose the joggler, and you got it. Like, you can't just come crying into the finish line. Like, don't be that guy.
That would be an inspiring story. Kyle's just bawling. Like,
I just didn't want to be that guy. There was a girl near me that was though.
Yeah.
That I passed her like right at the end.
Yeah, Kyle gave it a little boost at the end.
Yeah. Passed the joggler and passed this other girl. Dude, when I was running, there was some guy in the stands that was like standing. That like I ran past and like really quietly just goes, pass her.
He said that?
And I was like, damn, I got to pass her.
That's awesome.
And like with 10 feet left, I passed this girl.
Damn. What's so like pretty funny, sort of sad, I don't know, but Kyle said like his goal was as long as I get under 6 hours, I'm happy.
6 hours and 1 minute. Yeah. Those hills, like,
yeah,
I don't know. For how much I walked because of those hills, it really like messed up my time. But
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Hey,
I
did
finished,
it.
so who cares?
It.
Not the best time, but I got it done.
There was also like a 10-year-old kid that finished like right after me, and it was like
there was another kid right by me that he was struggling.
Really?
His parents were like dragging him by the end.
Yeah, I mean the kid I saw, like he was like kind of hauling ass. I mean, for like a little kid, like I can't even imagine running a marathon as like a 10-year-old.
If I was 10, I didn't run.
Yeah, who wants to? Dude,
I probably ran a mile when I was 10, maybe.
I see videos on like Instagram sometimes of like these kids that are like 7 years old training like football drills and like foot fire stuff. I'm like, dude, you're like 7. Why are you?
I was like trying to learn how to catch a baseball.
I was
and, like,
playing Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. Like,
dude, yeah, that's true. I was playing Pokemon.
Yeah, like I wasn't
and
like
sitting inside.
It wasn't bench pressing.
Damn, I probably just learned to ride a bike. When did you learn how to ride a bike? I learned before my sister did. She's 3 years older than me.
I don't know. For the longest time though, like even when I learned how to do it, like I was so terrified of taking the training wheels off. So like I was riding them without relying on the training wheels, but I still didn't want my dad to take them off. So yeah, the last straightaway, I was like less than 100 yards away. I could see the end. I could hear my family yelling, and I took a step, and my calf like cramped so bad, and I looked down, and it was moving back and forth like on its own, like farther out than I've ever seen my calf move. Like when you flex your calf, it kind of like
comes out
a little bit.
Yeah.
But dude, it went like literally like 2 inches out, and it was
Yeah, my mom said that when she saw you at the end, she just saw you like bend over for a little bit and like stretch or something.
Yeah. Well, no, what's funny is like I didn't know your mom was so close to, like I was just like in the zone. I didn't even know, but your mom was like right next to me as I was just like sitting there in pain. And she was like, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, is that like your mom? And I look up and she's like cheering me on. I was like, all right, now I have to run.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but back to the crying thing. I don't think I told you this. I kind of forgot about it until now. I had it written down, but around mile like 21 is like when I had hit my wall and I was walking for a good amount of time. Yeah. And I was just like really tired and just really in pain. Yeah. And there's like a bunch of these people that have these like neon shirts on that says like coach on the back. Yeah. And then like some of them ran the race, some of them are just like along the way to like, I don't know, talk to people or like make sure they're running and whatever. And this guy comes up to me, it's like this older man, and he was like, I was walking and he starts like talking to me and I had my headphones in, so I took him out and we were just like talking for a little bit.
Was he just walking with you?
Yeah, he was walking with me.
They're basically just like
they work there, but
their goal was like to like
motivate
people and check in with people along the way, right?
Sure, like and I was just like talking to him for a little bit. And he was just like asking me like why I ran the race. Like he saw on our bibs we wrote for our friend Connor. And he's like asking me like, oh, you're running for someone? Like, why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like just telling him why I'm running and like why I guess I'm just like trying to like prove to myself that I can do it. And like when I was like talking about that to that guy, like I almost started tearing up and I was like, come on, dude. Like,
no, but I mean, it's like a normal thing.
Yeah, I was exhausted, and then I was just like thinking about it. I was like, I like trained so much for this, and I just like wanted to finish, and I was like still 5 miles away, and I just like I almost just broke down with this random dude.
Yeah, but I mean, he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, no, he was really nice, and it like helped me a lot. Like it kind of like got me just like back to because I hadn't really talked to anybody because I was just in my headphones.
Wait,
for a while.
How long did you talk to this guy for?
Like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We like walked together for a little bit. And then I like started running again. But yeah, I almost lost it.
Yeah, for people who don't know, who are listening, I think we told a couple stories about Connor like at a way earlier episode, but Connor was one of our best friends who passed away like a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And so on our bibs you get to pick like most people, I didn't know this, but most people just put their names. There's like a little line where you have like X number of characters to put whatever you want. Mm-hmm. And almost everybody I saw had their name. Yeah. But then we wrote for Connor. And so 2 separate times, like people working or like on the side or handing out water, they're like, good job, Connor. And then they looked like, oh wait, never mind.
Oh jeez.
It was funny.
Yeah. But Connor is like the reason that we have all these sloth things, and like we both have sloth tattoos.
Yeah. So like if you're like a newer fan, Kyle has one too. But yeah, Connor was like obsessed with sloths, and so that's why there's one in the background behind Kyle, and then this one here. Also, there is, I found out, who was it? I think my mom, someone told my mom, or, I don't know, but there's apparently like 30 minutes away from where we live, there's like a sloth sanctuary where you can go and you can like pet them and play with them and like.
How do you play with a sloth?
I don't know.
Like it just kind of holds on to you and like looks at you like.
You're the one who didn't believe that they're dangerous.
How are they dangerous?
Dude, all I
don't
saying
think they're dangerous.
is they're deadly. God, I spit again. I spit so much.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, no, they can kill you.
How?
With their claws.
Just like, but who's gonna die to that?
Like, if you fell, okay, if
I fell asleep
fell
near a sloth,
asleep-
I might just wake up with like a
yes,
claw in my neck.
you wouldn't wake up. You'd be dead.
Yeah, but I'd feel like the initial poke, and I'd be like, whoa, and then he'd be like, just like looking,
Get
like,
it.
smiling at me.
Yeah, they always look kind of happy.
Yeah, they always have that little smile on their face.
Yeah. Have you seen that video of the guy saving a sloth and walking him across the highway?
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a great video. Makes
Yep.
me so happy. Also, at any point in the race, people who aren't running can just go park near a certain checkpoint and like cheer people on.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this one neighborhood, there was like families who lived in the houses in this neighborhood that were out like with their kids or like had little lemonade stands or like whatever. They were just hanging out cheering people on. But this one family, dude, just went balls to the wall. They had a big inflatable like
that was like where your feet were cramping.
yeah,
right?
yeah. They had like a big like Mickey. Was it Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, it was like a Mickey Mouse or
It
something.
was a huge, like enormous, like probably like 15 feet tall
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Dude, that neighborhood
then-
was dope.
Yeah, and then they were all dressed up, and this lady was like clearly drunk, but she had like, at least when I was
It
there,
was also like 9 o'clock in the
yeah,
morning.
yeah, and they had like 30 beers like in like a cooler, and they were like, they had signs that said free beer. But what was really weird is like there's cops, there's a lot of cops throughout the different checkpoints of this thing, and there was a cop like right by these people, but like he didn't care, but like they offered me a beer, which like I'm 21, but it's
Yeah.
like if I wasn't, like I don't know, it's just weird that the cop just was letting them hand out beers to anybody who wanted one.
I mean,
You know?
I don't think a cop's gonna just arrest a guy running a marathon for grabbing a beer.
No, I
like
know.
imagine if you took a beer and like took a sip and he's like,
He
I need
arrested-
you to see some ID. I'm like, dude, like I'm running a marathon. I don't have my ID with me. I'm
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
You get arrested.
Oh
for
yeah, I didn't even. Then you get arrested because you don't have your ID on you.
can't finish
dude?
the marathon.
He rips you out, and then he throws me in the cop car, and I start cramping in the cop car, start crying.
Dude,
That would have been
Coulda
a
gone
crazy
downhill quick.
sequence of events. But yeah, and then at one point I stopped at a medical tent, and there was a bunch of them throughout, and like everybody's. One thing I noticed, like they were very nice. Like everybody that was like a part of that whole event was like
I just
overly
think runners
nice.
are really nice.
Yeah,
Runners are like it's like a nice community.
they're so happy.
Yeah, which I'm not that person, but the people that are super into running are super happy. Good,
Yeah.
like, good for them.
Yeah, it's almost like kind of culty in a way.
A little bit. It was a little creepy. Like that old guy
There's-
that was walking with me, he was very like positive. I
Yeah,
was like,
and it's
how
like,
do
what do
you-
they want from me? But
Yeah.
then you realize like they just want to be friendly.
Yeah.
But I stopped at this medical tent, and I don't know. It seemed like it was probably like some grad school students or like I don't know, definitely young people that like were medical people. And this guy was like, "Oh, hey man, like how's it going?" He could tell it because I was kind of like hobbling over there. He's like, "Hey, like what's going on? What can I help you with?" And I'm like, "Oh, both my quads are cramping or whatever." And so he's like, "Oh, I got you, bro. Come over here." He was like really nice. And then he like put this like icy hot lotion stuff on my quads, and he starts like massaging them. He's like, "Dude, these are like rocks." He's like, "Did you stretch at all?" And I'm like, "Honestly, not really." And then I didn't know this, but they have you drink. He had me drink this Gatorade that they dump like a ton of salt into.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't know like salt helps with cramps.
Well, I mean, you're sweating so much. That's another thing is like after the race, dude, I was covered in salt.
Bro,
Like literally, like I could have wiped my head and just there's been
it's like white.
So yeah, like just like so I could have just saved all the salt and not had to buy salt for a month. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
By the end, when I got home, like it had dry.
I was just gonna say, I wonder if like that's good to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Kyle,
Like if I were
Stop.
to use my sweat salt.
would it qualify as like a real table salt? No. It's so much different, Kyle.
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
also, couldn't you argue? Oh, you need to replenish your salt. Couldn't I just like lick off
lick
my
your
own salt?
I think, but like, if they say like you're not supposed to drink your own piss because your piss is all the stuff that
Can't
your
eat your own
body
salt.
didn't want anyways. So
Yeah, I
like,
guess it's true. It's all bad salt.
I don't know. You could try it.
I don't know, but dude, I wiped my face one time, and like I had shaved that morning, so my face was kind of sensitive already.
Yeah.
And I was sunburned,
Dude.
and the salt, and I
Yeah.
wiped my face, and I was just like fire on my face.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
By the time I got home, because like we went to eat after and stuff, and then I got home, all the salt had dried. I looked at my leg, and I got like really hairy legs. My legs were like what? Like it looked like there was snow on my legs. Like there was
Yeah.
so much dried sweat. It was disgusting.
And when I got in the shower, like all the salt, like for some reason it got really slippery, and I almost like fell over. I was like,
God,
I
slipping
was just
around.
like, whoa, 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 and I was like wiping my arms off. I was like slipping around,
Yeah.
and, like everything is all slimy.
Yeah. All right. So we finished the race.
Mm.
That was only the beginning of the pain.
Yeah.
That the race itself was not even close to as painful as the aftermath.
Yeah,
in
we're
my opinion.
recording on what is this?
Today's Wednesday.
And
The
it
race
was
was
on
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
So
It's been 3 whole days basically. And I'm still
in
Okay.
pain.
So basically, we finished the race. Then at that point, at least for me, by the time I got home, I was done. Like my body was broken.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could barely get out of the car. I could barely walk up. Dude, walking up the stairs, bro.
Yeah, I know. Stairs going up to my house. It sucks.
'Cause you're like, your muscles are just destroyed. All your joints are absolutely destroyed.
my
'Cause
knees.
it's just pounding on cement for 5 to 6 hours. But yeah, then what did you do? Did you take a bath when you got home, or did you just shower?
I took a bath and then I showered. But dude, getting up from the bath to shower is when I almost fell.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it just sucked. Standing in the
Yeah.
shower. Dude, drying myself off sucked.
Yeah, dude, trying to like, I took a bath and then trying to like get up. I was like, I think I might just fall asleep here because there's no getting up from this. Like,
Yeah. I took a nap on the couch, iced my knees.
and then the day after,
I couldn't sleep at night because I couldn't get comfortable.
Yeah, that's what's weird is like, I
Slept
thought
like 5 hours.
that since we were so exhausted that I would just like pass out and sleep like 12 hours.
Nope.
I slept like maybe 4 hours that whole night because I was just in so much pain. I fell asleep with ice packs around both my knees and both my ankles, which helped a lot, honestly. Also, pro tip, at least in my experience, like for anybody who does any sort of like crazy workout thing, I highly recommend like icing before you do like really hot stuff. At least for me, like
Ice before hot?
like ice before you take like a warm shower. At least for me, that has always helped because
I
like
did the opposite.
icing helps reduce the inflammation. So I don't know. That just makes me feel good. But
Well, I was in flames.
yeah. I get it.
Yeah,
That was.
that's
I'm
sick.
sorry.
Yeah,
That was a
sweet.
good joke.
Good
but I
joke,
just didn't
Kyle.
really get it.
Okay. I wasn't. Yeah, I was. Second day sucked more. I think.
Yeah.
The next day sucked more. That's when my knees started to really hurt.
Yeah.
They didn't hurt when I was running, but the next day it did.
Yeah. One thing I just want to say, I just want like inspirational John to come out for a second. Just hit you guys with some awesome wisdom from somebody who knows pretty much nothing about life. So take it for what you will. But I just want to say, if you guys if there's anything in life that you think you'll probably never do in your whole life, just do it. If there's something that you think like, oh, why would I ever do that? Just sign up for it like right now and then force yourself to do it because
We'll do it.
not that like I didn't enjoy doing a marathon.
No,
I
hated it.
I don't have fun doing it.
But I'm so glad I did it.
Exactly. It's like it's one of those. There's so many things in life, at least in the last few years, that I feel like I've done not because I wanted to do it, and I think that's where people get confused. It's like, oh well, like why would you do that? Like that sounds terrible, and I'm like, yeah, it is. And then it's like, but then people don't get it. But it's like, it's not about doing it because you want to do it. It's doing it because you know that like. You're either sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get to the chopper.
You're either goes on. You'll you either get something from it.
All right.
So
you either what?
You will either get something from it, like mentally, or for the very least, you can at least check it off the bucket list and say, I did this. Most people don't ever do this.
Mm-hmm.
So like, bam,
Good for me.
you know?
Yeah, I always told myself that like one day I'd run a marathon. It was like always a bucket list thing. And I've always hated running.
Yeah.
Like the most I've ever run was probably like a 5K before like signing up. But I never like we had to run a 5K for school, but I walked most of that just because I could just get through it and get the grade. But yeah, like first day of training, like I couldn't even run a mile without like walking and being out of breath.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
But you just I don't know, you just get yourself to do it, and like it's amazing what you can actually do when you like just set your mind to it.
Yeah. And like for me, it's also about like kind of like I don't know if this is the right word, but the way I think about it is like personal like integrity, meaning like basically if I say I'm going to do something, it's like sticking to your word. So like not that I want to do it, but the fact that I said like I'm going to run a marathon, it like kind of makes you hold yourself accountable to just, and it's like, at least for me, my life kind of like when things are going well, it's because I'm in like a good rhythm. Like every day it's like you do this, 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 and this. And then like from then on, like if you check those off the list, the rest of the day is yours to do with what you want. And I feel like when my life is going well, it's because like I'm checking these things off the list. And for me, at least, if I have some challenge to work towards, it's like, all right, if I'm going to run a marathon, that means like, well, obviously I didn't stick to the training regimen very well, but like if I did it again, I would try and do it better and be like, all right, you're just going to force yourself to run like 5 miles or something. And even if it sucks, it's like after you do it, like I've never had an experience where if I force myself to work out or go on a run and I don't want to, like I never regret it afterwards. No. Like you always feel good afterwards.
Hurt yourself, but
yeah.
I don't know.
But like almost always, or I'll say always, when you go on a run,
yeah, you're not gonna regret it.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like, oh, that was so like I feel so much shittier after going on a run. It's like
yeah, I mean,
it always like makes you feel better in some way.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. The last few years I've been a big fan of like pushing myself past my limits and doing things that I don't know, that I just, because it's like, it's cool to say you did it and most people don't get to say they did it. So it's like, yeah, suck on that one, dweeb.
So now what's next? What's our next?
I mean,
skydive?
See, I should say yes after this whole pep talk I just gave.
Yeah. That was the first thing that popped in my head. And you were like, like you could just say, I did it. Not a lot of people did it. I might not want to do it.
But like when I run a marathon, there's no chance of me dying.
Oh, there is.
How am I going to die?
Exhaustion? I don't know. Hit by a car.
The roads are shut
Heart
down.
Attack. You could have had that disorder where you just die,
Oh, there could be like a hole in my heart that I never knew about.
Yep. You would have found out.
All right. Well,
so,
I guess my point is, no, I mean, I'm not going to write it off and say I'll never skydive, but I'm very skeptical of skydiving.
Okay.
But I'm going to
skydive for sure.
Yeah. You can show me up. You can brag. When you skydive, you can just brag in my face about it all the time.
I will.
Until
I want to
I
this
do
summer.
It.
So.
Okay.
Moving on from the race. This is random. On the way to work today, I saw in the back of a Prius, they have like a see-through trunk kind of thing. And I saw a kite that looked just like the dragon kite that you bought me for my 3rd birthday that I never opened.
Hell yeah. Wait.
Literally, it looked the same. Like, it was like green and
did you give it away?
Red. Yeah.
Well, maybe somebody took my gift and put it to more use than you ever would have.
It was in a box.
So I am glad.
It was in a box, so it probably still has not been opened.
They probably got it at Goodwill, and they're like, oh, shit.
Like, what the fuck am I going to do with a dragon?
Yeah, they realized that they don't want it either.
It's like, well, where are you going to go kiting around here?
Kiting?
I don't know. What do you do? What do you call it? Kiting?
Flying a kite.
Oh, yeah.
You don't go kiting.
You might. You could go on top.
What? But why?
Have you ever flown a kite?
I have.
I have too.
I have. And it's very hurtful that I put in my energy and thought into you.
You probably didn't.
It was probably
your mom. So sorry, Karin.
But like, oh God, wow. Can't believe you, Kyle. You wouldn't even open it. You could have at least opened it and pretended, being like, hey, John. Like, your voice was probably like, hey, John. Hey, John, I really liked your gift you gave me.
I probably said thank you. Yeah. Actually, third graders didn't really say thank you.
Did you fake happiness when you got gifts that you didn't want? Were you good at faking
There becomes like a time of maturity when you realize you're supposed to do that. Yeah. But like when you're a kid, there's some times where you just can't hide it and you're like, what the fuck would you get me socks, grandma?
I already have 20 socks, Grandma.
Like, I don't want a dragon kite, John. But
I thought you would have liked it. I liked kites.
the fact that you didn't remember actually getting me that gift means that you didn't care.
I just don't have any memory.
Oh, I remember it so well.
Kyle has so much more memory than me. Like I don't know where all my memories go.
But I remember like dumb stuff though, like stuff that I shouldn't remember, but I forget stuff that I should remember.
But you remember
like the layout of the office, like that we work out. Like I get lost in our own office.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's so weird how like our brains work so differently. Kyle will remember like fucking the color of the candle on his 3rd birthday cake, and we'll forget like how to get to like
the bathroom in
our office that like we've been at for like 6 months. And like,
yeah.
Did you ever get lost as a kid, like on vacation?
Dude, I got lost in Sweden when I was like 8.
Oh,
it was like for
terrifying.
like probably 60 seconds.
Oh,
but it was really scary. Like we were in this bakery, and we were with another family, and like my mom, my sister, they all got their shit, and they went like left, or no, they went right, and I went left. I was just wandering off. I walked out these doors. And I remember so clearly seeing, like, looking out and seeing, like, oh, we're at this, like, cool castle area. It was cool. And I turned around. My mom's not there.
Uh-oh.
And then I turned back around, and I was, like, looking for him. And then I said to myself, I'm lost in Sweden.
Yeah, as an 8-year-old, you said that?
I, like, had an epiphany. I was like, oh, my God, I'm lost in Sweden. And then I started crying and just standing there, like, like realistically, like, 21-year-old me would have turned around and looked for my mom the other direction.
Yeah.
But I didn't even think to go back the other way. I was just like,
start crying.
Start crying.
Was it one of those like delayed things where like you realize that you're lost and then you sit there and then it slowly approaches and then it all comes out.
Like
at
I
once?
said out loud, oh my God, I'm lost in Sweden. Looked around for a minute and I was like, started crying, and my mom came running out.
Dude, little kids have the ugliest cries. It's so gross.
Does anyone have a good cry though? Like if I get going, like I'm disgusting, snotting everywhere and like just like making weird sounds.
Yeah,
and, like,
I haven't
like
cried.
throwing up.
I haven't cried in a while. Like I kind of want to. Like crying feels good. You know?
Yeah, in the right situation.
There should be like,
does.
you know how you can like pay to like different services for like different like
Someone
things
pay someone to make you cry.
like there should be like there's like massage parlors, there's like those things that are like the sensory deprivation tanks,
There's oxygen bars.
Yeah, there's oxygen bars.
Cry bar.
There should be a cry bar.
Like what would they do to
They just like show you horrific things.
Jeez.
It's just like slideshows of just like mass murders.
But like who'd want to work there? Like serial killers?
Very depressed people.
Yeah, no one would want to work there. Yeah.
No, maybe it's like a very happy
Showing soldiers coming home kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like very like uplifting things that are so happy they're sad.
Or like a dog getting adopted.
Yeah.
Like a dog getting pet for the first time after it's been like chained up.
Or like a dog getting like a homeless dog getting like shaven and like bathed. Yeah.
Don't get me going. Sarah McLachlan or whatever his name is just like always there. She's like you can adopt a dog today.
Is that the lady who sings like in the arms of an angel?
I think.
So
I think she's definitely in those commercials. I don't know if she's the one singing, but she's in them.
Wait, she's
like I'm Sarah McLachlan.
I think she's the singer.
I think she's
and I
probably
think her
both.
song got famous from those commercials, and so then they had her act in them.
Yeah.
And we need to break the stupid ass stereotype that pit bulls are bad dogs.
Yeah.
They're so fucking friendly.
You know what dogs suck? Chihuahuas.
Dude, Chihuahuas
Those suck.
can suck my butt.
No, they couldn't. I'm going to punt them. They're like perfect sized footballs to just punt.
If you can drop kick
Sorry if you have a
the
Chihuahua.
animal, it's not a dog.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And whatever the fuck Alex Pomeranian. God, we have our friend Alec has the worst dog ever.
Okay, but it's important to note that his dog has some issues. It's not a
super handicapped. It's like I hate him. He sucks.
I think you hate the dog because he's handicapped.
No,
you don't hate
me. He bites me all the time.
Because
he's evil.
He has like mental issues.
Oh, I don't know about mentally. Yeah, he is mentally unstable. This dog.
I'm saying,
this dog.
If it was a normal Pomeranian, you wouldn't have issues.
Yeah, they have a different Pomeranian. He's fine. His breath smells really bad, and he barks a lot. But dude, this
what Kyle's trying to say is he doesn't like disabled dogs.
No. That's not the problem, okay? This dog has a cleft palate, so he's got like a hole in his face. Dude, his tongue hangs out of his mouth. He's like kind of cute, but he's also really old. And he's so protective of Alex's mom, and his back legs like barely work, so he like stumbles around. And like he comes after you, but like he'll stumble towards you.
He's got a hole in his face. He bites everyone. He can hardly walk.
If you get near like Alex's mom, like he'll snap at you. Yeah. And even when she's not there, people are like, "Oh, you can go pet him." I've done that, and he bit my hip. He latched onto my hip. There was a kid apparently that got bit in the nipple by him and stood up.
And he was hanging by the nipple?
He was hanging on his nipple. Yeah.
Jeez, surprised the guy didn't lose his nipple. Damn.
Speaking of nipples, did you chafe? You said you chafed a little bit?
I chafed a little bit, but I didn't realize until afterwards. I got home and I took a shower, and like I just felt a little slight burning sensation from the water running over my nipple, and it was a little red, but it wasn't like bleeding. We didn't have any Nard dog situation.
No Nard dog situation. Yeah, I was a little chafed like on my right side because I had this Glide stuff that looks like deodorant kind of. It smells really bad. It smells like pine tar kind of.
It's just like goo that basically makes you not chafe, right?
Yeah, basically. I rubbed it like I didn't want to rub it on my tattoo. I don't know why. I just like didn't do it there.
What, you think it would make your tattoo disappear?
I mean, I don't know. I just didn't really. I did that arm first, then I did this arm better, and then so I'd like had kind of rubbed from where I didn't put it on my side. Yeah. But I woke up today and my nipple's like sore. I don't know if it's related, but it hurts. If anyone knows about nipple pain, help. My right nipple hurts. So
this is
another super random trans.
Trans?
I was gonna say like
transition.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say like translate.
Both of those would have been wrong. Trans and translate.
Yeah, regardless. But that's why I stopped because I knew I was going to say translate, and I was like, that's not right.
Okay.
So, okay. Super weird transition. It's just made it even worse.
Yeah.
Me and John were looking through yearbooks the other day, and we saw this kid who had like clearly, in his picture, he had been clearly biting the like collar of his shirt, and so he's got this like smile, like kind of funky smile, and like he's got like just a wet collar that's kind of like bent out.
We were just kind of talking about like how that was such like a relatable like thing from elementary school. Like why do kids bite their shirts?
Kids bite stuff, and like like biting erasers and stuff.
Yeah, that's
biting
disgusting.
Pencils.
There was this kid, dude. There was a kid in my class in like 4th grade that bit through a Crayola marker and it broke, and with all the ink went in his mouth and it stained his mouth. Like, because that ink is like, it's not totally permanent, but like
it's like toxic too. Like,
yeah, like they sent him to the health room, but I remember him walking out of the class. He got like purple marker like juice all over his mouth, like down his neck.
If you're in 4th grade, you're too old to bite through a marker.
Yeah, and like, I mean, this kid was a little like,
I
think
I know who it was. But also there's kids that would like eat glue. That never appealed to me.
Eating glue.
But yeah, like that's like a stereotype of kids, like little kids, like they eat glue. But I never ate glue.
I never even heard of that.
And like I think it's like the
how do kids not die?
Liquid glue. I don't know. I did eat sand, a lot of sand.
Yeah. Wait, but why did kids bite their shirts? I don't understand.
Oh, I don't know. Like, did you ever suck your thumb? Like,
no,
I didn't do that either.
That's such a weird thing.
Yeah, like
there's nothing like
thumb. It's all sweaty, but
like, is it because of those like pacifiers that they think it's like the next best thing?
Yeah, you can get like a messed up mouth from that, like a messed up teeth. Like your teeth can be like
because
you're like sucking on stuff
so
for too
hard.
Long. Yeah, like that's why. Yeah. Plus, that kid probably gets
so gross.
Well, that's why kids get sick so much. They put everything in their mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, found this on the ground. Put it in my mouth.
I felt like I was a pretty clean kid. Like I didn't eat shit. I didn't like staple my tongue.
I ate shit once.
There was this kid in my class that stapled his hand to a piece of paper.
What? How do you staple your whole hand?
No, like he like put a piece of paper and then like stapled it and was like, "Teacher, there's like
what?"
Like he did it as like a joke, or he thought it'd be funny.
Oh God, what an idiot!
Yeah.
Or he's like didn't know how to use a stapler and like put his hand underneath the stapler. Dude, but I did eat shit once. My sister.
Wait, like poop.
I don't remember this. She claims that it happened. We can ask her about it when she's on. But we had a sandbox in our backyard and we had a cat that like thought it was a litter box, took a shit in the sandbox, buried it, and we're back there. And Karina said that she found it, and like convinced me to eat it, and I ate it.
Like a whole cat shit?
I mean, maybe
like
a
a
little
bite or like
I don't know. We can ask her.
Kyle!
I don't remember this. I
What?
kind of don't think it's true, but she claims it's true.
This is true. This could be.
Yeah.
I might hold this against you for the rest of your life. You literally ate shit voluntarily.
Yeah. I to my knowledge, I mean, allegedly. We used to take baths together, and she convinced me to pee in a cup once. It was like
while you were in the bath?
Yeah, it was a little pink cup, and she's like, "You want to pee in that?" And I was like, "Yep." I peed in it. Also,
do you pee in pools?
Yeah.
Be honest.
Dude, for sure. I do.
Even if it
yes.
like if it's a public
yes,
pool.
Yes, I'm peeing in any pool.
If it's like a friend's pool.
Oh, no, probably not a friend's pool.
Actually, it depends. If it's like a good friend, I'll probably piss in the pool. No one's gonna know.
Yeah, I would pee in your pool.
If it's like, let's say I got invited to like Kevin Garnett's house for some reason, and he was like, "Hey, you want to go in my pool?" And there was like a pool party.
I'd be too afraid.
I wouldn't pee.
No.
I'd be scared that they'd have some new technology where like the pee would like yeah.
No parent ever told me that.
What, to not pee in a pool?
No, like the whole ink thing, like, oh, if you pee in a pool, it's gonna turn blue. Oh, that's like a thing. My parents never.
It's not true.
No, I know that, but parents say that to kids so they don't pee. But that never happened to me.
I didn't.
Okay, back to poop though.
Okay.
There's another thing. One time, this is a disgusting story. So if you're eating, you might want to stop. So, I was going to bed for the night, and we had a cat. Okay, let me start this over. I was going to bed for the night, and it was dark in my room. Hadn't turned the lights off or on, and I just go into my room, start jumping on my bed.
Wait. It's pitch black. It's nighttime.
I run into my room, start jumping on my bed.
In the darkness.
My mom was following me. I think she was going to like read me a story or something. I was pretty young. I was like 4 or 5, but I remember it.
So you were just hyped up because you were about to get a story, and you were just like, I'm going to burn some energy real quick.
Yeah, so I ran and was jumping on my bed, and I'm like jumping. I'm like, what am I landing in? Like I'm landing in something that I thought was Jello. For some reason, in my head, I was like, "Oh, I'm jumping in Jello."
Oh, that makes sense. There's
like
Jello.
Oh, it's Jello.
Yeah. Duh.
And my mom turns the light on, and there's shit everywhere. Like my cat had pooped on my bed.
Cats don't have that big of poops, though.
I don't know. It might have been
had diarrhea.
I don't know, but I had little feet, so it wasn't everywhere, but like it was all over my feet, basically. My cat had pooped in my bed, and I had jumped in it, thinking it was Jello.
That's weird, because I feel like cats are pretty good about going in litter boxes.
Yeah, I know.
Like way better than dogs.
Yeah, she was good about that, except for the sandbox, and it was the same cat too, and my bed. Looking back, it could have been throw up, but either way, it sucks.
I have a story of when I shit myself.
You pooped your pants?
Yeah, I did.
How old?
Pretty little, like
15.
No, wait, before I say it, I'll tell you the truth, but before I say, how old do you think is too old to poop your pants?
Are we saying like full on poop your pants or like shart? Because like I've sharted at an older age. That doesn't count as pooping your pants.
It was like almost like a full on poop.
Okay. But I think like you're too old if you're like 8 or 9 and you're pooping your pants.
What grade are you in then?
Like 3rd, 4th.
Okay. So I think I was in 4th grade, which I might have been. I felt like when it happened, I was too old for it to happen. Okay. But I think I was in 4th grade.
If you're thinking I might be too old, you're probably too old.
But I have like valid reason. Like I didn't just like, feel like shitting and just go. Like there was a reason. Like,
okay,
you know what I mean? Like,
was this at school?
No. So
wish it was at school.
The reason is I was at my neighbor's birthday party. So my neighbor, the girl is my age, and then she has an older brother who's a couple years older, and I was like pretty good friends with him, and I think he's like 3 years older, I'm pretty sure. So I was in 4th grade, and let's say they were in 7th grade. So I was hanging out with like a group of 7th graders. I didn't know any of them. So like when you're that young hanging out with older kids, like you're trying really hard to like fit in and be cool and like.
Wait, is this the same group of kids that were shooting BBs at you?
Yeah. It was the same day, I think.
Oh, wow, big day. And they were talking about the gay porn thing too, right?
Yeah, dude.
Super big day.
I can't believe I never told you. This day ended with me shitting myself.
Oh my God, that is a great day. Like a lot of things happened on that day.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I think I think this was over 2 days because I think we pulled an all-nighter.
Oh.
So I'll just tell the whole day. So or
Okay.
like the whole basically. So it was this kid's birthday party, and like I live right next to them. So I walk over across the yard, hang out. They do their birthday stuff, whatever, gifts, cake, whatever. Then we're hanging out outside, and they have a trampoline, and then this like a play set that has like a swing and like monkey bars and stuff. And they were like up on this platform, like these probably 6 kids or something. They were like, "Hey, John, go down on the trampoline and we're going to play this fun game where like you try and dodge all the BB pellets."
Okay.
So like basically they just wanted to shoot guns at me. So they had like 3 BB guns. I don't think they were real BB guns. I think it was like airsoft, but they were like, it was like high caliber airsoft. So they're like shooting me, and I'm basically just running around the trampoline trying to avoid getting hit. And I just got hit a bunch of times. And I basically, so at that point, I was like on the verge of crying, but like I can't cry in front of all these 7th graders.
So make fun of you.
And then, what was that? Oh, and then like we went inside and we were just like sitting watching TV or on the computer playing like mini clip games or something. And they basically told me that like, I mentioned this once before, but they told me that there's like,
Jordan Shim just walked in the room.
Jordan Shim has entered.
Right, you entered right at the great time. John was just about to tell a story of when he shit his pants.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Tell it.
So Jordan, for people who don't know or who are listening, Shim is one of our good friends. He's been on quite a few episodes.
It's like for the episode with the Asian guy.
Yeah. So he's basically just the Asian guy, you know.
That's me.
That's how we identify him.
Toss is Asian too, though.
Okay, so I got hit by a bunch of like airsoft guns, and we went inside. We were on the computer, and they told me that like obviously they were fucking with me, I think, but they said there's this like funny game, I guess, or like challenge where like a group of guy friends that are all straight will turn on gay porn, and the first one to get a bone, like they have to sit and they all have to sit and watch it
Naked.
No, they just can't like cover their pants. And the first one to like get like a lump, like any sort of like erection from watching the gay porn, they get to like call gay, or like I don't know what they like, if they get to punch them or like I don't know what, but it's like some challenge of like to not get a boner.
Did you guys do it?
No. Like I was like we were like too young to do it, but like, it was something like they were telling like, oh, like I heard someone telling that this is like a game. Okay,
It's a weird game. Not a game I want to play.
Then we pulled like an all-nighter. That was because I remember this vividly. I ate like 50 red vines, like so many red vines, and then we pulled an all-nighter, and it was my first and like only time ever really doing a real all-nighter. The next day, like we hang out again, and at this point, like I am exhausted, and keep in mind, like I'm with like a bunch of kids 3 years older than me that I was trying to impress and stuff. So like I always wanted to be involved. Like anything they were doing, I wanted to be there. And so like I felt like if I went to the bathroom, it was like I was like missing out on something, or like I felt like if I left, they like wouldn't care about me as much. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
That's like some deep-rooted issues.
Exactly. It was like some real insecurities.
I guess.
So like I don't remember going to the bathroom at all. Like I think I might have gone pissed when we were like playing outside in the woods or whatever, like just like pissed here and there. But I just remember the whole time I constantly had to take a shit, but I just didn't. And so at the very end, like I was telling them like, okay, like I'm going to go home now or whatever. It was probably like 1 p.m. the next day, still hadn't slept. And I was like, I'm going to go home. And I said that because I knew like I had to shit. Like I was going to come out.
It was an emergency.
Using Shim's terminology, it was literally poking the cotton. Oh. Like it was here. And so I started like kind of jogging back because like I had to get back. And I got halfway back to my house and I just went and it just all came out. And I started crying because I was in 4th grade. And so my mom and dad like hear me, I think, because it's like summertime. So they're like out on the patio or something. They hear me crying. They come over and I'm just like shit running down my leg. And like,
dude, that's disgusting. Did they like clean you up, or did they just say, like,
they're like, what happened? I mean, I think I was old enough to like obviously take care of myself. So they didn't like bathe me, but they're like, all right, like go upstairs and like clean yourself.
They're just like, oh my God, he shit himself.
Yeah. So that's the story.
Yeah.
On that note,
I have a super embarrassing story too.
About shitting yourself?
No, about peeing.
Peeing yourself?
Peeing somewhere.
Okay.
I could save it for a different episode. because I mean,
At this point, okay, yeah. How about we're already pretty deep into this episode. It's really hot.
I
and
will tell the story
camera's
in the
about
next
to die.
episode. It is very embarrassing.
It's really hot.
Probably it is super hot in here.
Yeah, it's really hot in
But
here.
this story is probably the most embarrassing
Okay.
thing that's happened to
So
me.
if you guys want to hear this embarrassing story, check back next episode, which will be on Monday. Kyle will tell his story about when he pissed in something.
Just
Who knows?
pee was involved.
He was
A
involved.
lot of pee.
So with all that being said, thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Peak to Middle School. If you guys are on one of the streaming platforms and you want to watch a video version to see our face or to see Shim's
Jordan
face,
walk in the background.
yeah, or if anything, be sure to check it out. It's on YouTube. I think it adds a new layer to the show.
It does.
But anyways, Kyle, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at KyleStafford36. You should also follow the podcast at Pim's Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, probably Instagram, Facebook.
Everything.
Yeah, find us on any streaming platform. Go to the Apple Pod. Ow, fuck, dude.
You're
Sorry,
good.
I just poked myself. Apple Podcast app, the purple thing. Go there, find us, rate us 5 stars, leave a review. That'd mean a lot.
We're at 31 reviews currently. And I said it once a long time ago. When we hit 50,
Forgot about this.
we have a video that we've had for like 4 months. We've had it done. We recorded it in the middle of the winter, and it's now the summer. So
We might just do it again next winter, maybe.
yeah, who knows? But when we hit 50 reviews, we're gonna release this video, and you guys want to see it because it's pretty cool.
Fedora may or may not be involved.
Yeah,
It is involved. Where can they find you?
You can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Twitter and Instagram. I just want to thank you guys for all the continued support. We really are working really hard at this podcast. We do it twice a week, which I feel like an hour-long podcast twice a week is like not super common. A lot of people do like once a week and stuff. And so it's been a grind, but we both, at least for me, I've been having a lot of fun.
It's so much fun.
I don't know. These are really cool, and it's just cool seeing it grow slowly. We know it's going to take like years for it to kind of get big, but I do believe that this could like be a big podcast at one point. So
Agreed.
anyways, there's new episodes every Monday and Thursday. There's new videos on my personal channel, The Narwhal, every Wednesday. And if you want to see the behind the scenes of the marathon, the video literally went up yesterday, so go check it out. Anyways, with all that being said, have a great day. Talk to you later. See ya!
Goodbye.